called the leadership of Muhammad. So he studied the leadership of Prophet Muhammad in great detail. He is very fluent in Arabic. He knows and he has read extensively. Now, what we are doing was an exercise whereby you had to look and listen to the video and then draw some of the principles which Professor John Adair spoke about. So I just want to sort of go over that and see, let's see how much, based upon the number of notes I took and how much you took, and then see what we got. So, who wants to start with? Huh? No, let's structure it, because he had a structure to his presentation. So what was the structure to his presentation?
At the very start, he mentioned about 12 billion, 20 billion, the importance of leadership and how 20 billion is being spent in China and USA.
Okay, so he gave an introduction, okay? Yeah. He gave an introduction, all right? So, and around after about 10 minutes, he started to go into a structure in terms of leadership and so on. So what was he doing then? What did you...
First of all, he started by saying that asking questions is very important.
Right. So what he said that the first key to, the first thing in any subject, all right, he said the first thing in any subject is to ask the right question, all right? And when he said that, what example did he use?
Einstein.
He used the example of Einstein. Everybody following me? He used the example of Einstein. All right, so what did he say then?
Before you read the...
So...
You had 3 types of...
No, but before that, he said that the first key in any subject is to ask the right question. He used the example of Einstein. Now, when it came to leadership, what was the question he wanted to figure out?
What would the world be like?
Huh?
What would the world be like?
No. Why? Yes. Yes, so the question that he wanted to find out was, why is one person accepted as being a leader from a group? Why would you accept a person to be a leader? Okay? Right, so what did he come up with?
And the first thing he said, the person is wired with the qualities.
So he talked about the people who believe that leadership is where you're born to be a leader rather than being made to be a leader. Okay? All right, what else?
Being a leader tends to exemplify the quality expected.
Yes. So the leader exemplifies the qualities expected by the group. Okay. And then he went on to differentiate 2 things. What was those 2 things?
Individual and personal.
What is the difference between a person and an individual? Okay, so who is a person now? Where does the word person come from?
Dignity.
No, it comes from the? It comes from the word persona. What does persona means? Huh? It means a mask. He says it means a mask, okay? And he talked about an act in drama, okay? All right, so he said that there are 3 things which you would, if you want to describe or consider somebody to be a person, that they must have. What were those 3 things?
Rights.
A person must have rights.
Linked to others.
They must be linked to other people.
And have value and worth.
They must have value, worth, dignity, okay? So, do you understand why, for instance, during the slave trade, that some people, like slaves, were not considered to be persons? So they might describe them as being an individual, but they're not persons. Why? Because they consider that they did not have any rights, okay? That they did not belong to any group or your group, okay? And that they did not have any value, worth, or dignity. Now, sometimes we use words, even in English, and we don't think that maybe there is a deeper meaning to a word that we use. Now, what happens is that people who are of a higher academic level, they do understand. If you use the word person and use the word individual, we use it interchangeably, isn't it? Okay, right. So Tolstoy, what did Tolstoy say?
No circumstances in which you can treat people without love.
There's no circumstance which you can treat people without love. Yes. Okay. So then he went on to talk about a list of different leadership qualities. So what were those leadership qualities that he spoke about? What was the first one? Enthusiasm. So the first one was enthusiasm. What was the second one? No, the second one was integrity. All right. And he linked integrity to what? In the life of Prophet Muhammad.
Honesty. He said it's superior to honesty.
Right. He said it because he said that when you think about the word, we normally translate the word al-amin as how?
Honest, truthful.
Truthful and trustworthy, isn't it? But what Professor John Adair is saying is that the word al-amin is better translated as integrity, a person of integrity. And why it is that integrity is better than just saying truthful, somebody being truthful or somebody being honest. Why is it? What is the difference? What is inherent in the meaning of the word integrity?
Incapable of betraying a trust.
Right. Incapable of betraying a trust.
And impossible of being bribed or corrupt.
Impossible of being bribed. Yeah. And do you understand why he was now that the Quraysh and the Arabs accepted him so much? Because he was not just a truthful person, because a truthful person might betray his, he might tell a lie. But he was a person of integrity. When you're a person of integrity, it means that it is under the wildest imagination. You are incapable. Okay, so when you use the word integrity, I am a person of integrity, it has a far more deeper meaning. Okay, so that was the second one, integrity. What was the third one?
Toughness.
No, the third one was toughness. Toughness, fairness, demands the highest standard. Okay? Toughness, fairness demands the highest standard. All right? What was the next one?
Humility.
Yes, humility. And what is the definition of humility that Professor Adair said?
Lack of arrogance.
Lack of arrogance. Okay. That was the next quality. What was the quality after that he mentioned? Listening. All right? And why did he say listening was important?
Arrogance is toxic.
Huh?
Arrogance is toxic, so if you
Explain to the battle.
Right. And what was the example in the seerah that he gave about listening?
Plan.
Huh? The what?
Plan.
The plan. The plan for what? Which battle? Which was the battle of? Badr. Battle of Badr. Although he said Badr, isn't it? Okay. So he said the Battle of Badr. So he gave the example where the Prophet listened to the Sahaba, okay, because they wanted to know, is that divine guidance or is that just your own opinion? He said, it's just my own opinion. Do you have a better suggestion? And then they made changes. Okay. And then the next one, what was the next quality he mentioned? Service. So what is that? What did he say is that is called? He said it's called servant leadership. Okay, and he gave a right, and he gave a
Right word there, servant or servant?
huh? Servant. Yeah, servant. Okay, so and then he talked about the Royal Charter of Leadership, isn't it, in the UK? And he says that the motto of the Royal Charter of Leadership is what?
To serve is to lead and to lead is to serve.
To serve is to lead and to lead is to serve. And then he gave another quotation about listening. Okay, and what was the quotation he gave about listening?
I couldn't hear what you were saying because what you
Shouting at me what you are.
Yes, I cannot hear what you are saying because because you're shouting at me. Okay?
What you are is shouting at.
Because what you are is shouting at me. I cannot hear what you are saying because what you are is shouting at me. All right. Now, this is taken from a short video that we have listened to from YouTube. I was talking to, where's Ahmad? Oh, Ahmad this morning. I'm saying that you can go to university on YouTube. You don't necessarily have to go to university or think and enroll and pay £9,000. And I'm not saying don't pay £9,000 to go to university. But what I'm saying is that there is so much you can learn which is there. All right? Now, a lot of times when we look at, you may have even come across this same video looking at maybe leadership and it will come up, a hit will come up as this particular video. But unless you treat what it is that you are looking at and listening to with the respect that it deserves, you will not get the same out of it. Now in this room, if you think about those of you who wrote notes, as opposed to those of you who might have been half asleep or fully asleep, or those of you who came late, or those of you who may would just be looking on at the video, what you realize that everybody got a different amount from what they saw. Okay, some people were clueless about what I was talking about. And that is the reality when it is that you come to something like YouTube. So my point about it, it was a number of things I wanted to do. I wanted to do and show you a renowned professor who has studied, who is known, well known, leadership at a worldwide level, who is also an expert in the seerah, what he has been able to come up with. And these are the qualities that he speaks about are the qualities that are taught in universities all over the world. This is the curriculum that they use. And these qualities are there in the life of the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But the other thing I wanted to show you was that you can, we were able to study quite a lot and take a lot of notes, okay, and a lot of quotation, a lot of really, really good stuff we were able to do in the last half an hour just from a video. And you can do the same thing when you get back home. Okay, you don't need to. There are so many things that we look at which is not meaningful. There are meaningful things. And what we will do, inshallah, on our website and on our WhatsApp group, when we send things, it will be meaningful things. Not just for you to say, well, yeah, and forward it and tap